cookbook you can visit and understand that HA concept in the depth. Okay, so now start the HA configuration from this is our R1. Just consider this in our R1 and this is inside. We have one more server or user that is part of DMZ. Okay, so take a console of R1.
You can configure in GI mode and CLI. The
Which
H
one? HA,
for the GI.
HA I will configure in GUI. If you
GI.
want, you can also do that in the CLI also. I will share the cookbook. From there you can.
Okay. Every command is there in the hard copy, right?
Here in the soft copy itself, it is available. No?
Yeah. Okay.
Here all this policy index and everything whatever that is requirement. Okay, that everything is available here.
Okay.
R1 is there, R2 is there, and firewall one. Let me take the console copy of this internet also. ISP Fortigate one. Open and the Fortigate 2. Okay, so R1 enable configuration terminal interface fastnet 0 by 0 IP address 192.168.101.100/24 not slash 24 255.255.255.0 and no shutdown. Okay, exit IP route and 0 dot and 0.0.0.0 and 0.0.0.0 192.168.101.1 हमारा our this what it is, this is our default route. Okay, no, just a minute. So after that what, enable configuration terminal interface fastnet 0 by 0 fastnet 0 by 0 IP address 192.168.102.100 255.255.255.0 and no shutdown. Okay, exit IP route and 0.0.0.0 and 0.0.0.0 192.168. The same one 102.1 is our gateway. Okay, so done. The basic configuration is done. Now come to the ISP. In ISP we have a enable configuration terminal interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0 0 by 0 IP address 191.1.1.1.1 255.255.255.0. Okay, and no shutdown, no shutdown. Exit interface loopback 1 IP address IP address IP address is IP address like 1 dot what is that 102.1.1.1 255.255.255.0. Okay, then so IP interface brief. So the basic configuration is done. Now come to the FortiGate one. So as we know, admin, admin, admin. Okay. So config system interface edit port number one. Port number one as need to use set mode is static. Okay. Set IP 192.168.101.1 slash 101.1 slash 24 and the set allow access ping. Okay, ping is enough. And the config system interface edit port number 6. Port number 6 is connected with our management, right? So port number 6 will be our management. The set mode static and DSCP, right? Set mode DSCP and set allow access ping. Okay, so after some time we'll get the IP address, and after that next edit port number 3. Port number 3, set mode static, set IP 101.1.1.100/24, set allow access ping. Okay, done. Here only I need to configure the IP address. Okay, now you can go with the FortiGate to admin, admin, and the admin. So system interface question mark. So you'll get nothing now because we are connected with the port number 6. Config system interface, edit port number 1, set mode static. Okay, and the next, not next. Okay, about um, interface in config system interface, edit port number port number 1, right? Set mode static, set allow access ping, and the next edit port number 6, edit port number 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, 6, set allow access ping, and the set mode DSCP, correct, and the end. So now go to the FortiGate one and show system interface question mark 192.168.159.146 I received, right? 156. So here my IP is a 140, whatever that is. Here I receive this IP, okay, 146. And what is the IP for this FortiGate 2? So just a minute. So system interface question mark 147. Okay, 147 I received. So here I will use 147. Okay, here I will use 147, and this is our internet. So this will be our 1. Okay, done. So now I need to access this with the 159.146. So 159, 192, 159.146. Okay. So HTTP only ping service was allowed, right? So that is the reason it is not accessible. Config system interface, edit port number 6, set mode, set allow access, HTTPS, HTTP, and end. Here also in FortiGate 2, config system interface, edit port number 6, set allow access ping, HTTPS, HTTP, and end. Okay. So now the same thing. Now try. I will able to access now admin and the admin. Don't save, later. Okay. The same way 192, 168, 147, right? 147. So admin and the admin. Okay, later. So 146 and 147. So I log in from the both the firewall, right? So this will be I will make this one as active. So just go here, go to the network interface, port number 6. This is, I need to do this manual. Okay. And whatever the IP have been assigned as before in the CLI mode, 192.168.101, that is available, 101.1.100, that is also available, right? In the port number 1, 101.1.100, 192.168.102, 192.168.102, 192.168.102 is missing now. In the port number 2, I need to configure that. So go here. I will configure from this here only. Config system interface, edit port number 2. Set mode static, set IP 192.168.102.1/24, and set allow access ping end. Okay. So now if you refresh this, and after that you'll get that IP also. So 192.168.101 and 102 ping is allowed. 101 is our public IP. Okay, that is also configured. Here also configured. Now go to that where in network only static route we can do. In static route, we can do where it will go, the via 101.1.1.1. So here 101.1.1.1. So now the port number 3. So we configured that in this one also. Go to the setting. Under this setting, there is our feature visibility. Under this feature visibility, multiple interface policy will be there. Where it is multiple interface policy, apply, and after that you can go to the HA, create. There is an standalone means we are using when you are having a multiple. Then in this scenario we can use active passive and active active. So active passive I'm using. So by default priority is a 128. So I'm just going to increase their priority as a 255. So this is on the highest priority. Okay. uh, Group name, if you want to give any name you can give a name Fortigate, and the password which I wanted to do, that also I'm using Fortigate only. Okay, this is the name. Okay, or if G1 you can give any name and the password is Fortigate. Okay, so the session pickup, that is fine. This is most important. Okay, monitor interface. So how many interface? Port number 1, port number 2, and port number 3. This will be a monitor interface. So port number 1, port number 2, and port number 3 will be a monitor interface. Now heartbeat interface, port number 4 and the 5. So port number 4 and the port number 5 will be our heartbeat interface. Okay. So the priority of this heartbeat interface, I'm just going to give the same priority 100. Why it is not working? I'm giving 100. Okay, 100, and the same priority I'm giving for this 100. So for port number 4 and the port number 5, priority is 100, and manage interface resolution unicast if anything not required now. Okay, that is done. 255 done. Okay, don't save. Done. Now go to the firewall. Here we don't need to configure anything. No static route, no IP address. If you check, there is nothing has been configured, right? Only this is configured that I need to use as a manual because of this is our virtual device. Otherwise, in real time, not required. Okay, no need to assign any IP address. Automatically, it will sync from the active to the passive. Okay, so now where in the system, under the system feature visibility will be there. Under this feature visibility, we have multiple what load balancing and multiple where it is multi-policy interface. Apply. We missed one thing to configure into this Fortigate one. What we missed? The policy and object firewall policy. The bracket will come from port number 1, port number 2, and it will go via port number 3, right? So that we need to choose, that we need to create lane to when. Okay, port number 1 2 will be a packet will come from port number 1 and port number 2, and it will go to the port number 3, right? Source will be a all, destination will be a all, and the services will be a all, except net is required if you want. Okay, done. That's it. Now come to the port number 2, go to the firewall 2 and come to the port this HA and active passive mode. Here also 128 by default, whatever that I'm using. Fortigate 1, here also I'm using the Fortigate 1. The password must be the same whatever you're using in the active.
You
Okay,
active mode, right?
active passive, here also in active passive. System HA, here what is the mode? So here you'll get active passive. So here also I will use and the same one. Okay, so here Fortinet, the same password. Okay, now session pickup, and where it is port number 1, port number 2, and port number 3 will be what? The monitoring. Port number 1, 2, and 3 monitor interface. Port number 1, port number 2, and port number 3. Okay, heartbeat interface. Port
4 and
number
5.
4 and 5. So the same one, port number 4 and the port number 5. Okay, now the priority you can give 133 or one anything. Okay, here 100. So similar for me. The only the difference is the priority. Less priority will be a standby, and the higher will be our what? Higher will be our don't save. Higher will be our that primary, and the lower will be our secondary. So wait for some time. It will take to sync here also. Wait, and it is not synced now. It will start syncing. It will take some time. Refresh it. Refresh it. Once the synchronization is done, we will lose the excess of this secondary one. Okay, because from here itself we can do the both excess of both. It will take some time. The firewall, this is on a primary, which is 255 highest purity, and throughput is 940, and whatever that it is showing. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to share some more point. Whenever you are going to do the firmware upgrade, okay. So where I'm asking you, where do you start to the firmware configure firmware upgradation, Krishna?
Mahesh.
From where you will start this the firmware upgradation?
Uh, can you repeat once? I can understand.
No, let's suppose there is a firmware upgrade. Okay, some firmware
Uh,
version is available, new firmware.
okay.
So from where
Okay.
you will start to upgrading?
Uh, from port number one, it's
Port
moved
number one or the? No, I'm asking about the device, not the port.
for both the devices.
Yeah, for both the devices. From where you will start?
From starting from high priority onwards.
Okay, so whenever you are doing the HA configuration, these are the interview question. Okay, whenever you are having any kind of operating new firmware, you will start upgrading from here. Once you start now, it will not upgrade to the active one first. It will send that firmware to the passive. Once passive is upgraded, then active will
Yeah.
start upgrading himself.
Active
Okay.
means it's a high priority, right?
Yeah. So, but high priority. But we need to start firmware. We need to start from where?
Active.
Yeah. So, but it will not start first to him to the active one. It will send through this heartbeat port to the passive one, and the
Passive.
passive one will once passive one upgrade to the new version, then active will start upgrading to itself. Okay,
Okay.
so this is the main things. Wait a minute, it is going to be now, and many things are there. Okay, in the handbook as we discussed in the port 12 number. Okay, so HA is there. Okay, so what are the things that I already explained you? Once again, I'm going to solving the problem, the device failure, the problem when we are having a single path, and so that is the reason we are whenever when dependent with a single one. Let's suppose single one is down, then it will become a dependency on that our network will interrupt, right? So when we are having a second option, then we'll start with the traffic will start by the second one. And Fortigate is using Fortigate FGCP, Fortigate Cluster Protocol. Okay, and the device port number, serial number, device model number, device firmware, device licensing, device monitor interface, and the heartbeat interface must be a same. Okay, heartbeat interface not required to be same, but the monitor interface must be a same. Okay, so these are the things FGSP and internal network, main network is there, and VRRP is also yesterday we already discussed about the VRRP. So these are also load balancing kind of SLBC protocol, but ELBC, okay, enhanced load balancing clustering protocol. But we are using FGCP FortiGate clustering protocol into this. Okay, so these are the things that I will share after the class. I will share this diagram and this complete scenario. Or else you can also visit to your website. Okay, Okay, Fortigate cookbook. Okay, Fortigate cookbook. So from here you can also get any latest version on, and you'll download this one and anything. Okay, hardware guide or the best practice. So you can which one you want to use, just use. Go to that feature. Okay, latest one is a 7 point. This one admin guide. So from here you can download the PDF. Okay, so you'll get entire the same kind of PDF. You'll get it from there. Okay, if not, then let me know. I'll share that.
Okay.
So this is not synced is not synced up now. It will take some time. Look, this is the heartbeat port number 5 and the port number 4. It is looks like heart, right? Heartbeat interface.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the way how you're going to configure active passive, but it will take at least 10 minutes. So I'm just holding this. Okay, the,
Okay.
so now the synchronization is done, and our active, which is the primary, this primary, and the secondary is 128. Correct?
Based on priority.
Yeah, based on priority is chosen. Now we lost our connective GY access of our secondary one. Correct? But
Yes.
what if let me this is our primary, right?
Mm.
Execute reboot. Okay, let me start this. Done. It will reboot now. Okay, the firewall one is going to be reboot now. Okay, then who will become active now? Who will become
Primary.
active now?
Primary.
It should be restart, right? Synchronization is done. Fortigate one. Fortigate one must be. Just a minute now. By mistake, we restarted anything else. Fortigate one only. Wait a minute. Then we will lose the connectivity of here. Priority 128. 128 is a 128 is a priority, but role is primary, right? Right now.
Yes. Yes.
So in that case, let it be. System is starting now. Wait a minute, but still we are having this, right? It's a, okay. Meanwhile, I will just configure to our some telnet and SSH. Okay, so we'll get an enable configuration terminal to secret to Mahesh. Privilege is a Mahesh. Okay, let me configure this line VTY and just configure into that ISP. So I will show you also how to enable configuration terminal, how that session will be continue without interrupting. Okay, so let me go telnet from here. Enable telnet with the IP is 102.1.1.1, right? So telnet 102.1.1.1. Yeah, telnet is done, right? Mahesh and the Mahesh, right? Still we are able to access it, right? From where we are able to access, the synchronization will again take a time, right? The secondary is reboot is done. Now the 128 is still a primary, but 255 once the synchronization is done, still the 255 will be our secondary. Okay, and our connectivity like access from where? Access from exit. Okay, the router. Let me change the ISP of configuration terminal host name internet. Okay, internet. So internet. Now again do the same thing. Telnet and admin. We are still able to access the internet, not admin. Mahesh, right? The password and ID and password. Mahesh and Mahesh. So internet, we are able to access internet, right? From R1. From R1, I am able to access the internet, correct? Internet IP is
Yes.
102, and this is the internet. I did what I did. I did the telnet like this. I'm able to access, right?
Yeah.
So without any interruption, user can access the internet. Okay. So wait a minute. Let it be synced. Again, it will take some time, 10 minutes. Meanwhile, I'll show you some more thing. We remember we configured IP addresses in this active one only, right? But now you can see admin, admin. Now you can see everything is synced from uh, source system interface. Automatically sync. Okay, this IP is already synced, right? So, so firewall policy. So the policy is also available, right? Automatically policy is synced. So static get get static get router static. So here the static routes we did that will be also configured, and so route router static. So here you'll get the same thing. The static routing, whatever I have been configured into this active one, the same will automatically sync via this heartbeat interface to the second firewall. So in this case, whenever this device is down, there will be no impact for the users. They will automatically come with the second available active device, and it will go to the internet. Okay. Now still 128 is a primary and 255 is a secondary. Correct? Correct now, Krishna?
Ah, yes, Mahesh.
Why this is because there is something like preemption. If you remember, the preemption option is there into HSRP, right? By default that is not by default that is disabled. Okay, so now I will just do a preemption. I'll show you what is the preemption. So firewall, so HA config. So firewall HA is there or not? Config firewall and config firewall. Just a minute. The command the command is config firewall HA, and then sorry, so system HA. Okay, so here you'll check the override, set override disable, right? So the override is disabled, but the priority is higher. But due to this override is not enabled, that is the reason. Still the lowest priority is active and the highest priority is secondary, right? So if so we need to enable what config what config firewall H is there, config firewall. uh, there will be one command. Let me find out from the Google itself. Command to enable override in Fortigate firewall. Fortigate firewall in HA. Just a minute, huh? Please mute yourself. Some HA clustering commands would be there. command to enable set or configuration that I have forgot completely. Set config firewall uh, just a minute. That command I missed. From there, config firewall HA. Okay, you can just go there and do that. Just a minute. Let me remember that. Config system HA. Sorry, that config system HA. Okay, and here you need to use the command set override enable. Then now after some time, what it will be done? After some time or report, it will become our what? Admin and the admin. Because of the override is enabled now, then the highest priority will be always become what? 255 is a primary. Again, it become a primary, right?
Yes.
So this is the way how you're going to configure the HA. What are the benefit of HA? What are the main important need to be take care of before configuring the HA? And that OS, whenever you're upgrading the firmware, it should start from the active, but active will not upgrade itself. It will send first to the passive. Once the passive is done, then active will take care of active will upgrade itself. Okay,
Okay.
so that this is about the HA. I will share that this video with you. Okay, and also you'll find it on the YouTube.